Aminah Robinson, whose legacy was about connections, had a close relationship with her elders. They told her stories of culturally rich African communities that were living in the Americas long before slavery. These stories inspired her to create the quilt one day in 1307. The quilt is an example of Aminah's rag-on work. Rag-on is her term for a complex work of art that takes years to research and to create. And it can continue to evolve. The artist can revisit it and rag on and on.
One day in 1307, the king of the Mali Empire, King Abubakari II, became convinced that he could discover the extent of the Atlantic Ocean and to explore whether the Atlantic, like the great river Niger that swept through Mali, had another bank. He outfitted an expedition with 200 reed sailing vessels carrying men and another 200 carrying supplies to find the edge. He sent the fleet off one bright morning with hope and determination. After many months, only one of the 400 ships returned from this terrifying voyage. The captain claimed that the other ships were lost in a mid-ocean river. But King Abubakari was undeterred, refusing to give in to ignorance or fear. He abdicated the throne so he could mount an even larger expedition with himself at the head. He departed the Mali Empire with a vast fleet of over 4,000 pirogues. That Abubakari found his other bank and that he landed in Brazil, where he ruled over his colony in this faraway land.
I'm very deliberate about creating female figures that are strong. You know, they're not objects, not passive objects of desire. They are powerful subjects, you know, with agency, and I'm very conscious about that.
Let's go ride, cruising down the open road. We can put the top down, listen to the radio. Big old Buick and a big old sky, wheels on fire. And I'll tell you why. I got a hot rod heart. John Fogerty. Not more.
Baby, this town will rip the bones from your back. It's a death trap. It's a suicide rap. We gotta get out while we're young. Cause tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. Bruce Springsteen.
Roger Williams.
The Ladder of Hopes and Dreams was conceived and executed by 14 artists from the Sunapple studio. The Sunapple program aims to change the assumptions about the abilities of those with disabilities. They understand that a true community values diversity and acknowledges that everyone has something important to contribute.
emphasis on the afterlife, the afterlife, the afterlife. Whether there is one, there isn't one, it's just another step. The only reasons it is more meaningful is our emotions. that is gone, with all these emotions and thoughts and time you spent with this being that's gone. And it's really, like, it was really a way to think about that. It's about death, you know, and it's about the mundaneness of it, I think, rather than the tragedy or the beauty of it.
Story that comes with the pieces, and that was I found these destroyed guns at a scrapyard, and I purchased them. And when I got them home, I dumped them all out there in buckets, and I started looking at them, and I found a couple of evidence stickers on some of the pieces, and there was another tag that was hanging on one of the trigger guards that read "Found next to body pointing west," and that's when something really struck me about where these guns had been and what they'd been used for, and I wanted to give them a different message. And that's when the sign, the idea of the peace symbol, came into play. You know, I don't know how many times in history we've had mass killings and wars because there was so much peace. And I'd like people to think about that.
take my guns out of my cold, dead hands.
Dead from a gunshot, no doubt.
Hey, I believe in the Second Amendment.
Well, I believe in the Second Amendment too. I just don't believe a person needs 18 assault rifles.
Hey, I have the right to protect my family however I choose.
I'm just saying, they should be tougher to get.
Are you telling me that you trust the government enough to let them tell you how, where, and when you can get a gun?
Regulations are not the same thing as restrictions.
Look, you don't understand what's at stake. The government wants control. They want all the guns for themselves. And then what? They can do whatever they want. Remember Waco?
It's way too easy for these mass murderers to get their hands on a firearm.
Oh, and a background check is gonna stop them. The only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Oh, okay. So how do you know who the good guys are?
Well, I'm sure as hell not gonna wait for the government to tell me.
Besides, even a good guy without proper training.
Second Amendment.
What about all the children?
Second Amendment.
Seabaugh fell in love with woodworking as a child. On snow days, he and his brother would go to their father's wood shop and build toys out of scrap lumber. This fascination with woodworking grew into a passion for the arts that now reflects our natural world. Nature is where all beauty comes from, so everything we try to do imitates the pleasing shapes that we see. Artist, Jake Seabaugh.
together in the heart of our city. And we ignored their potential for decades, seeing them only as a threat, a natural divide. This city, with so much promise, has so little vision. We were a city of wealth, but without a soul.
Transformational, soaring, beautiful, finally.
My brush, dreams emerge and ideas manifest. As I use my brush, colors cry out to me saying, I want to live in this moment. Colors scream, let me live, let me dance. Colors say, let me flow on a natural high.